That's another one that I think as kids we didn't realize exactly what was going on, but as adults we're like, is he? Those are souls. He's absorbing souls.
It was awesome.
Those are important. Hello and welcome to another edition of Popcorn Bucket List. Spooky season is here. It's the best time of the year.
Yes, it is.
It actually is one of my favorite seasons here. It really is. So we're going to be really excited to kick things off here this month of October. So we brought in not one, but two special guests here today because they suggested, I think, a very, very fun topic here. Joining us today, Lexus and Jada from Marshall 6 Theater here. Jada, you've been on the show before. This is your debut here, though. So
yes. Hope to be back.
Yeah, so be nice. Be nice in the comments. Be nice in the comments.
Be kind.
But yeah, like I said, you brought up an interesting topic, I think. With October, spooky season, scary movies, that's always kind of a given here.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we also...
Oh.
Yeah, he told us to talk about your mask.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Please educate us.
At this point, we have to now. So
it's a two-part costume. So first, every week this month, I will be dressing up in a cool Halloween costume from film. First one, today, two-parter. 1, the clown mask. 2, the Twins jersey. Yes, the Twins did win today, which is awesome. So they are playing the Astros later. So first one. And the second one, the clown mask, because I am a baseball fury from the movie The Warriors. They painted their face like clowns and wore jerseys, but I didn't want to paint my face. Here's the big reveal.
Oh boy, who's under there? Oh, he's hideous. Oh my gosh, there is something on your face though.
What?
Yeah, it's from the mask. Is it really dirty?
It looks like your Cole Trickle at the end of Days of Thunder now.
I thought you tried to paint it. They're like, this doesn't look right, and then you just found the mask.
No. Okay.
You're better.
Thank you.
Maybe you should put the mask back on. Maybe, I don't know.
The mask is kind of creepy though, isn't it?
No.
Oh, for sure.
Isn't it kind of creepy?
Not really.
If that was in the movie that I was watching, I would leave the room.
It actually looks like from Batman.
It does.
Yeah,
it does.
Masks. Kind of.
It does actually look a lot like the Joker mask from Dark Knight. Greatest movie of all time. Anyway, so yeah, talking about spooky things here today. We thought it was interesting. No, please put that closer to the mic.
I'm sorry. That was
please,
me.
Please put that closer to the mic next time, please. Anyways, we were talking about scary movies to watch here, and obviously there are a lot to choose from, but we wanted to open things up here to the young kids out there. Young kids like to get scared too. They do.
Yep.
You guys are all examples of it. I'm not personally, but you guys are all examples of this from what I've heard from your childhoods and everything. But it's not a smart idea if you want to introduce your kid to Halloween-themed movies to go straight into like Nightmare on Elm Street or anything like that.
Yeah.
So today's topic for the opening spotlight, best scary movies for all ages. Kid-friendly Halloween-themed movies. And I'm really trying to ignore the fact that I'm so much shorter in this chair. I literally got another chair that's exactly like these ones because the last time we had 4 people on here, I had to use this chair because we only got 3.
Yeah.
And it's demoralizing
I know.
right now.
I feel shorter in this too.
Oh, shut
normal.
up.
But not that
great.
short.
I feel pretty tall. Well, I feel like I could probably put mine up. Do you want me to put mine up?
No,
I put mine down.
That's
now
all right.
we're a little more.
Yeah,
there we go.
Don't pity me.
Can I go?
Let's
I'll
just
stay this
let's
low.
just move. No, let's just move in here. The sooner we get through this topic, the sooner I get out of this chair.
You're stuck low. Can we take an intermission so I can fix my chair?
So let's do a quick roundtable here. Best movies for the youngsters. Why don't you kick us off here? What's one that you kind of think of right off the top here? Just a fun Halloween-themed movie that you think is good for all ages.
Yeah, I would say the OG Halloween Town. Debbie Reynolds is an icon, and I just think it just nostalgia all the way, all ages, all generations. Yeah, and it's kind of a little spooky. At least for me, because I'm a baby, but yeah, that's mine.
There's like 4 sequels to that movie, at least, isn't
Yeah,
there?
They're awesome. Yes, I love that series, but the OG one, I think, is by far the best made, best storyline.
I feel like I always liked the second one more, and I don't know why, but I
Really?
feel like I got to rewatch them.
That Halloween Town 2, Something's Revenge.
That's the one. Yeah,
Calabar's Revenge, yeah. Yep.
that might be just my
'Cause-
toxic masculinity
yeah,
from a
that-
kid being.
Because that's where the monsters come to the real world, right? And they're at that dance
Yeah,
party.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All right, let's keep moving along here. Jada, what's one you want to mention here today?
I think my honorable mention is going to be. I'm gonna have to go with Scooby-Doo Zombie Island.
Oh, that's a good one.
Classic.
I can't believe I didn't think of that one.
It's not necessarily Halloween, like in the sense of like pumpkins and things, but it's spooky. Like it's fun. There's kind of a spooky little ghost story to it. I liked it. I always thought it was cool.
That's. Or no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm really upset because that was the one I was gonna pick.
Oh,
my honorable
no.
mention.
Did
That
you
She's-
have repeats?
She stole it. She's
yeah,
like,
fantastic movie though.
I guess
so good.
generally we don't have repeats, but that's because usually we come up with like backups every once in a
Yeah.
while. But
I've got backups.
Well, and that came out. I don't remember what year that came out, but I remember watching it on TV like the year it came out, and like went out trick or treating and was home by like 7 because I was a little kid, and watching it on TV, I thought this was awesome.
Yeah,
it was
it's
so cool.
Good.
Well, is there another one you maybe have
For a
Mr. Maverick?
backup that a good Halloween kid friendly movie that I like. Well, since I have youngins at home, I know there's a Charlie Brown Halloween movie
Yep.
that I know I've seen a couple of times in the past, and I'm pretty confident we're gonna watch that again this year.
The Great Pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin, yep.
Nice.
Classic.
Those are all like Charlie Brown. Everybody's knows or seen Charlie Brown, so they're always fun to watch, and they have like the Christmas one. They have all kinds of ones, so like it'll just be fun. That's my third backup.
Third.
Yep.
Can we have an
that
honorable
was
mention?
that was one of mine.
Yeah, because honestly, Halloween Town was one of my favorite ones too. I was like,
Wait.
okay, well,
That was my backup.
yeah.
Okay, wait. I've got so many. I can give you backups.
No,
Can I? Sorry.
Well, I had 2 rounds planned here. I don't know if we're gonna make it through the one.
Well, I just have like a TV show honorable mention.
Well,
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, the Halloween episode.
oh, the one where they go to that haunted room.
Yes.
He's
here. I literally had nightmares after that TV show. But I love it now that I'm older, like a little more brave. But as a kid, I was like, this is rated R.
But like Esteban sells that. He's the
Yeah,
reason
the
why that
acting-
show or that
the
episode
acting
was
was
so
phenomenal. It
crazy.
was so
And then
good.
like the ghost, it just was like all in 30 minutes. Like the amount of fear that those 30 minutes gave me, it was
Yeah.
just impeccable.
Yeah. One that I want to throw out here, it's not so much Halloween themed, but it's very monster-esque and kind of spooky. It's one of the few live-action sort of, I guess it's not a remake. Goosebumps, the Jack Black
Yes.
movie.
Yes.
Okay,
He
yep.
carries a lot of that movie, but the younger stars, they're not bad in it, but he carries a lot of that movie.
Yeah.
But it is kind of creepy, but not too creepy. Like, if I don't think it's too creepy, then it's not too creepy. So I think it's a very good kids thing. And Goosebumps in general, that franchise as a book series was always a very good, like, okay, here's something for kids who want to be a little freaked out, but you can find it at the elementary school library.
Yeah. And I will say some of their the R.L. Stein's Goosebumps, the show, the one that scared me the most was Night of the Living Dummy.
That's what I was gonna say.
That one,
Well, and he's
Yeah.
one of the creepier characters in that live action
Yeah.
movie,
Yeah.
who was also voiced by Jack Black. So it was always kind of like a R.L. Stein. That's kind of his greatest
Yep.
create. That's like
Yeah.
his Frankenstein monster, essentially.
There was also one with them that was like the mask one, and they put the mask on,
and you couldn't get the
and you
mask
couldn't get it
off. Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Rip
not
off,
a second.
rip
That
off the
sounds terrible.
Twilight Zone,
That
but that's
Well,
fine.
and
It
Halloween
was
Town
good,
did
though.
that
If
too.
you if you're gonna copy off someone's homework, might as well be the A+ student.
yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Yeah.
If you're gonna rip off someone, might as well be the A+ student. That's a Nick Dalhoff quote right there. I've been saying it for years. I never
Somebody
put that.
fact check this.
I never put that in practice in high school. I want that on record.
Yeah.
But that is what I always used to say. Well, Jada, why don't you hit us with another one here? Let's get another round here for
Oh,
some other
yes.
options.
All right. Sticking with the Disney theme from earlier, Little Vampire is a great movie. My mom went on a date with a vampire. Great movie. All of the Disney movies. Tower of Terror. We made Nick watch this the other night.
Yes, he had not seen it yet.
He'd never seen it. It's
So-
so good.
Fabulous. Definitely a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Still can't believe I watched that in public school though, in like third or
That's
fourth
what I
grade.
never got
That's
when
wild.
we were watching that. I was like,
That's the that was the first time
Okay.
I watched it, and then I watched it again into adulthood like a couple of years ago, and I was like, wow, this is
Like
pretty freaky.
They talk about witchcraft in that movie.
Yeah, things are different back then.
Things were different
Things
back
were a
then.
little different back then.
Hey, we talk a lot about movies on this channel, but sometimes the ones we talk about aren't the most accessible. That's where the Marshall-Lyon County Library comes in handy. They have a great collection of physical media, as well as a couple of online services with many options for movies, TV shows, and documentaries. It's easy. Just get your own library card at the Marshall-Lyon County Library and gain access to their large variety of movies, TV shows, and of course, books. Also, be sure to check back every month as we here at Popcorn Bucket List make specific movie recommendations based on a monthly theme. This month, we're talking about Halloween-themed movies for all ages. So head on over to the Marshall-Lyon County Library for some of our favorites and check out the channel to get even more movie recommendations. And now, on with the show! You got any others you want to throw out there, Mr. Myberg?
Besides that one episode of Goosebumps with Slappy, really, other than that, besides my number one pick, but other than that, we've kind of had a pretty good coverage of movies so far.
There are quite a few of those direct-to-TV Disney movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was an era there where that was
for
just
sure.
what they
that
were
was it.
focusing
Yeah,
on.
that was
Yeah.
the thing.
And a pretty long era, I guess I would say, too. I don't really know what they're doing nowadays, I guess. I don't really watch Disney Channel all that much, but
Don't either.
that was always fun to... Like you kind of mentioned, these are movies perfect for going for trick-or-treating, but you have to be in before sundown.
Yeah.
But you still want a
Yeah.
little bit of spook to you and everything.
Do they have to be Disney movies?
No.
Because I think it's called like Monster House.
Mhm.
Anyone
Oh,
know that?
yeah.
That is that's a spooky one. That one was another one where I
Yep.
was like, wow, this is a kid-friendly movie.
Honestly, yeah, anything from Tim Burton. Like
It
he
gave
had
me
so
chills. It
many.
was
Like
like, ooh.
Coraline, Paranorman.
Yeah.
One. So
I would say some of those animated ones, Tim Burton one, he walked right up to that
Yeah.
line. But
Yeah.
I mean, I would suggest those are ones that if your kid like kind of knows going in,
yeah.
like dip your foot in Scooby-Doo and
Yep.
dip your foot in the water for Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
If
Build
that's
your way up
cue,
to
Can't
Paranorman.
watch
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be the
'Cause-
best way.
I would say going back to that, I would say then my pick would be The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
That's a great
that
one.
kind of was, I don't want to say revolutionary, but it was very different, vastly different between the animation and bringing it to that kind of story was just different.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
it was really, we still watch it every once in a while. If it's on TV, I'll watch
Yeah.
it for a while. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I was gonna say we've mentioned Scooby-Doo. What do you guys think of the live-action Scooby-Doos? Would those maybe fall under here?
Spooky Island, absolutely.
You think Spooky Island would?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
think so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
'Cause
What
it's
about
kinda
this?
more like mystical.
Scrappy Doo, he turns into a big bad
Oh,
mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another one
Yeah.
that I think
Yeah.
as kids we didn't realize exactly what was going on, but as
Yeah.
adults we're like, is he? Those are souls. He's absorbing souls.
It was awesome.
Those are important. Yeah, that was definitely something that as kids we definitely didn't realize the gravity there. So yeah, I guess I would throw that one on, but that's a little bit more nostalgic, I think, too. I feel like a lot of
Yeah.
these other ones you could watch nowadays and kind of get into them.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just a select group of us age groups that
Yeah.
liked those live action Scooby-Doo ones.
Yeah.
I almost thought about talking about there was a prequel one they did with like ghosts that was really creepy that I remember watching with a younger cousin that was like really freaked out about it. And I was like, no, it's like digital effects. And it's not even good digital effects. Like the digital effects in that movie is trash.
Yeah.
And I had to like explain like, no, it's animated. Like it and like that kind of helped him a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not recommending the prequel Scooby-Doo, but
Yeah.
it's just a bad movie.
Yeah.
If anything, stick with the James Gunn written ones. And yes, James Gunn did write those.
I feel like there's one very big honorable mention. I didn't say it because I thought any of you were going to say
Yeah,
it.
I
but
was
none of you
waiting
did.
for it. I was like, Jada.
I know. Hocus Pocus. Nobody said it. That was my
True.
childhood. I have it
Yes.
on. My mom recorded it on VHS. Like, it's awesome.
With the express written consent to Disney Channel?
Well, no. Halfway through it,
Disney
Got it.
for our
I'm
girl
not gonna
Jada.
lie.
She's changed.
halfway through it, though, my mom recorded over, like, some freaky cult one. So it's, like, halfway through, and then it's, like, this cult, and everybody's wearing masks and, like, burning people. And then, maybe I actually shouldn't say that. But then after that, then it's back to normal
Maybe
again.
cut that part.
Yeah.
Cut that. But anyway,
Oh, that was
it
good.
was awesome. Hocus Pocus was so good. The remake, trash. But when I was growing up and I would talk to my friends about Hocus Pocus, nobody knew what I was talking about.
Yeah.
They were like,
What?
Yes, nobody knew. And
Hocus
just-
Pocus kind of bombed right when it first came out.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
just like
Because
slowly
I think
became
it's older
mainstream.
than me. Because did it come out in like
I think it was before I was
definitely
even born.
before I was born.
Like
Could you Google it
92?
quick?
Maybe 92.
Because I like grew up watching it, and then I like finally looked into it. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this movie was made a long time ago.
Yeah, that one was
Yeah.
so good. But the remake is not good.
But like, are there
I
any
don't recommend
current like new
Disney movie.
like Disney or even
Scary.
like kid but good
Scary
Halloween? Like, I can't
movies,
really
maybe
think of
like
any.
Ant-Man. The newest Ant-Man. That's kind of a
Did you
horror
guys-
movie, isn't it?
Did any of you
What?
watch? No.
I was scared
What?
watching it.
What Ant-Man did you watch?
What?
Yeah.
Marvel?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Doctor Strange?
The new
No.
Doctor Strange was
Doctor
kind of
Strange.
freaky.
But Ant-Man, it hurt my eyes watching it. Isn't it supposed to be like that?
What?
Your eyes hurt something as scary as not.
Okay,
That's
if
not
I don't
the
think
same.
it's scary,
Okay.
it's not scary. I have the determining
There is
factor.
a new Marvel movie coming out that is scary
Oh really?
in like a month, I think.
What movie?
The Marvels?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Got him.
You're so extra. I know you were gonna say that.
You've lost all credibility for Marvel talk because you thought Ant-Man 3 was scary.
It was scary. I have nightmares about how bad that movie was.
You're so
I'm just saying. But Doctor Strange was kind of scary.
That one was.
That had more
I
of a horror
haven't watched
spin on
that
it.
one yet.
Yeah, that was the one
Is
that
it
was
worth
directed by
watching?
Sam Raimi.
Yeah.
So he's a very horror movie-esque director.
Okay.
So I think he did pull us or tried to throw in a little bit of scary.
Yeah,
into
just
that one.
especially that scene where they're in the tunnel and the water's like stops and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was good.
They crawl upside down.
To answer the one question, Hocus Pocus, 1993.
93.
Okay, yeah. So it's older
Before
than
I
me.
was born.
That one's been out for a while.
Yeah. It's great though.
Yeah, that's probably my second number 2. I would say.
Number one's Halloween Town.
Oh, for sure. Those are my go-to every year.
Twitches. Did anybody watch Twitches?
Oh, I forgot about
Tween
Twitches.
Witches?
Okay, yeah.
That
Also-
was
I don't know.
okay. So yeah, that was those twins. They were in that one show also where it was like they were
Yes,
separated.
Sister.
That's the one. Yeah. there we
Oh,
go.
Tina and Tamara? Tina and
Yeah.
Tamara, right?
Yeah.
Tia?
I don't know who
Tia and
Tina
Tamara?
is.
Okay, whatever.
Tina.
That's Napoleon Dynamite. That's not a scary movie.
Sorry, we're off track.
It's
Are
Napoleon.
there any like
Dynamite.
funny like comedy Halloween movies out there?
Ernest or Scared Straight. The Ernest
Oh
movies are
God,
always
the Ernest movies.
Those are always great.
I don't know.
Fun
I
fact:
can't.
Ernest Scared Straight. The trolls in that movie,
Yeah.
the same masks as the clowns from Killer Clowns
Is that
from
what you
Outer
were
Space.
talking about?
Yep, that's what I was talking about.
I
that
thought you
night.
meant Trolls like the
Like
No.
DreamWorks movie,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
No.
what?
No.
Do you know what we didn't mention? Adam's Family.
Ooh,
We didn't
yeah,
mention
another good
those
one.
either.
I would say that's pretty kid from what I can remember.
I would
say
say,
that's
yeah.
Okay,
pretty-
so the movies I would say probably are. Do
Yeah.
you think the Netflix show probably? I've seen some clips from it. That one's a little bit more R-rated, isn't it?
No. I
you
just
don't think so?
rewatched it. It's
I don't know if I'd say
I saw some pretty-
R-rated, but
I feel like it's one of
PG-13?
those. Maybe
Yeah.
it depends on
maybe
the
like
parents.
middle school.
Yeah, maybe it depends
Yeah.
on the
Okay,
parents.
so not so
and
much
kind
kid
of-
friendly, but yes, the '90s movies. I would say that one they tried to do a little bit more camp to it.
Yeah.
so that would probably fall under that as well. So.
yeah, that was a good one.
Anyways, let's move on then to the weekly preview. Talk about what is coming out here this weekend. Going to be some scary stuff here.
Okay.
Fun fact. So we spend a lot of this early conversation on family friendly kids movies.
Mm-hmm.
Every movie we're going to talk about here is R-rated in the weekly preview.
Yes.
That's what we like.
I don't know if this has ever happened in the history of this show. We've had some where a majority are R-rated, but there's like one that's like PG-13 that sneaks in,
Yep.
or like a kids movie. Every single one of these is rated R. So put the kids to bed.
Let's
Right
go.
now.
Let's go.
Kicking off this weekend, the big one, The Exorcist Believer, coming to theaters. Like I said,
Spooky,
rated
spooky.
R. The legacy sequel, decades in the making. 2 little girls seem to have been possessed by something truly evil. Better call someone with experience in the matter.
That's
Might as
right.
well. If they fixed it before, maybe they can fix it again. Ryan, you're hyped for this movie. Is
I
that
am.
safe to say?
Beyond hyped for this movie. I actually just watched The Exorcist 2 or 3 nights ago, but I had to space it out over 3 nights because I can only watch like half an hour because I had to record it on TV. But still just as scary as I remember. Now, back then when this came out, there was nothing like this at all. at all out there. And people didn't even know what an exorcism was. And this scared the daylights out of so many people. The thing that makes me nervous, I'm super hyped for the film, but how many possession movies has there been since then?
How many Exorcist movies?
How many
there been
Exorcists?
There's been like 3 or 4
Yep.
at this point.
Yeah.
How many possession movies have there been this year? Because
Yeah,
I was
good point.
thinking
Talk
about
to me.
Because I was thinking about this earlier. I was like, well, if I do watch this, how am I going to review it? Because I like to do my rankings. I like to do comparisons. I'm like, well, there's been a lot of possession movies this year. Enough where I feel like I could justify a list.
Yeah. So
Enough to count on my hand.
yeah, and depending, is it going to be the same demon as the first movie? Granted, there was one girl in the first movie, now there's 2. So I'm excited to see if they do it correctly and how they build off of each other. I think that'll be really good. I'm excited for it. As soon as I saw the first teaser trailer like 8 months ago, and
You've been nonstop talking about this for a while now.
As soon as I heard the piano, the kind of piano notes, and then I just lost it. And the posters for this look so cool. I can't wait.
I can't. I'll be at home. Let me know how it is, guys. I stick with the PG-13.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Let's take a quick minute here and talk about the Marshall 6 Theater here in Marshall, Minnesota. The leaves are changing color, which means fall has officially arrived as we enter into the month of October. More spooky kind of movies may be showing up here on most channels and at most theaters, but don't worry, because movies of all genres and for all ages will always be available over at the Marshall 6 Theater. Also, as the temperatures tend to go down a little bit more, feel free to escape the weather by heading indoors and enjoying some very warm concessions, snacks, and comfy seats, and enjoy a flick while you're there as well. So head on over to the Marshall 6 Theater here in Marshall, Minnesota.
Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
A couple other fun facts about this movie that I did find interesting. So the first Exorcist came out in 1973, exactly 50 years ago when this one, I don't know if it's the same month, but it's the same, exactly 50 years ago. First horror movie to be nominated for Best Picture. So when you talk about things like people had never seen this before, I feel like that kind of best represents it. This was sort of a birth of a new genre. Not only that, it was the birth of a new genre to the mainstream audience, to people who just loved movies. I mean, it made it onto the Academy Award Best Picture. Every year it feels like there's always 1 or 2 that get snubbed that are like, can't we have a little bit more conversation about this? Yeah. Like, there's precedent here, people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying Get Out should have got more nominations. That's all I'm saying. I'm still salty about that.
The Northman should have been nominated for something.
Not a horror movie. Let it go. Move on.
Saying.
I can have my grudges. You can't have yours. In case you couldn't tell the double standard there. Anyways, let's keep moving on here before he talks more about the Northman. Also coming out to theaters, Foe. This one's rated R. Saoirse Ronan and Paul Mescal star in this romantic sci-fi movie, which I don't think is a subgenre we see a lot of. No. But it's set in the year 2065. These two basically playing like future farmers, I guess you would best call it. I don't know if
future farmers of America.
Well, one of them, the relationships, they get curveballs thrown at them every once in a while. In this one of them is recruited to go on a space mission. They don't want to leave the other person alone here, so they leave a robotic replica made in their place. What is it with sci-fi movies? AI.
Wait, Creator was just about wasn't it?
Yeah. The thing that throws me for a loop is, what is it with some of these sci-fi movies drafting farmers on these space missions? Because you have this in Interstellar.
Yeah.
Like, I know a lot of farmers. They're pretty smart people.
Hey, they're the backbone of America, okay?
I know. I grew up on a farm. You're talking to the preacher right now.
I am a farmer.
Do I trust any of my uncles or my dad to pilot a spaceship without them getting pissed off at it and crashing it into the moon?
And hitting it and yelling at it a few times? Yeah.
Like, I respect the heck out. Love you guys, for real. But, like, would I trust any of you to have the temperament to not crash it into the moon? Sorry. You just, no.
Yeah. You do bring up a good point.
They're smart people, but they're very temperamental people. All right, I know. I grew up with them. Anyways, I should probably cut that so my family doesn't cut me out of the will.
I think it's great.
You said they're great people.
Yeah, but my family only focuses on the certain things here when I talk. They let me know, like, well, watch the episode. Yeah, Backbone of America. Hey, let's just. Is that our last thought on Foe, Backbone of America?
Yes.
FFA, Backbone of America.
we just got the agricultural viewers right there. There we go. All right, let's keep moving along here. On to Freelance, also an R-rated movie, but this one's more of a comedy starring John Cena and Alison Brie.
Maybe I could do this one.
Yeah, this one I think is a little bit more digestible. The first one was a horror movie. The second one was a very complex one. This one's just a straight up comedy. Nothing too complicated here. Basically, Brie's character plays a journalist who wants to interview a Colombian dictator. Cena is a former special ops military man who's hired for her security for the interview. As it so happens, a coup takes place right as they're about to visit and do the interview. So now Cena has to not only protect the reporter, but also the dictator, because she still wants the scoop and everything like that.
Yep.
I think John Cena is a very underrated comedic actor. I think Alison Brie has proven herself time and time and again. So this could be good with them two, I think, pushing the comedy here.
Yeah, and I think it could get very interesting to represent how they go about talking about a coup, especially with our political climate the way it is. This could be interesting. And I think the jokes are going to be great. I like John Cena when I can see him. I think he's pretty funny, but I don't know, should be good.
Yeah.
Also, fun fact: this movie was directed by the guy who made Taken.
No,
it was. Yeah.
Liam Neeson better pop up for a second.
Do you think either A, Liam Neeson will have a cameo, or B, do you think John Cena will have a Liam Neeson style speech?
Ooh.
Oh.
Where he incorporates something like, "I don't know where you are," and then he does this because he can't see me.
Yeah,
Zing.
If I had to put money, it would be on number 2. He's gonna have that speech. But what I want in the movie, I want Liam Neeson in. Even if he just pops in for a couple seconds,
cool.
I think
Like a Ted 2 style cameo.
Yeah,
where he just pops in
and
end credit scene. That'd be kind of fun. Also coming out this weekend, Pet Sematary Bloodlines. This one's coming straight to Paramount Plus, also rated R. Prequel to the Stephen King hit Pet Sematary, which has been adapted a couple of times into movies here.
a million times.
I don't really know if this one says which one it's like referring to, which continuity. It's just a prequel to the general Pet Sematary story, however.
Yeah.
You've heard of it before. It's the cemetery that brings dead things back to life.
Yep.
But not exactly the same way.
Yeah. I'm pumped for this. I like the Pet Sematary films. Especially, I can't remember the actor's name, but he played a cop, and then he like held a kid's head on like a 4-wheeler or a dirt bike. And I remember watching that when I was a little kid, and I was like it's wild. But I think these will be good. But you hear that the Pet Sematary kind of story like parodied. I think they have a thing in South Park about it. They got a thing in Family Guy about it. Like it's the whole like, oh, there's an old cemetery up there. You go bury something, it comes back, but it's a little different. Or like however they did. Like it's a very common.
Is that how they talk in the movie?
No, that's how they talk in South Park.
Different up there.
I'm still just trying to get over your dirt bike story because that is such a wild reference, but I feel like that's not the first time you've just randomly mentioned that story.
I can't remember the actor's name.
How many times are you going to reference it without looking this up so that way you just keep leaving us some pins and needles?
Shawshank Redemption.
I'm not going to help you with this.
Shawshank Redemption.
You got to look it up.
He's the prison guard.
Put in your work. Put in the work.
Yeah, not George.
George Clooney wasn't in Shawshank.
What?
George Clooney's not in Shawshank.
What movie did you see?
You have not seen that. It's too scary for you.
I know the song. Is it that Down to the River? No.
That's Where Brother Art Thou.
Oh no, the coloring is similar. It's both like browns.
No, it's not.
No, like on the front cover, they're both like browns and like neutral colors. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, everyone.
I didn't know Shawshank Redemption was a musical. I watched the wrong movie.
Oh no. Yep. I'm a big fan of musicals, if anyone's wondering.
Oh, all right.
Well, there's no real segue from that one there, so let's just move on. Final movie here to talk about here for the weekly preview. This chair is killing my back. Totally Killer. This one's coming straight to Amazon Prime. Hey, do you like scary slasher, killing Halloween type movies, but also the goofiness of Hot Tub Time Machine?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you answered yes to that question, this movie is for you.
Perfect.
You have to have a very specific palette for this. I think that palette refers to me because, well, I guess I'm not the biggest fan of the horror slasher stuff, but I love time travel. If you could take any genre and shove time travel in there, I'm probably going to watch it. And that's basically the case here. A young girl basically gets teleported back in time to the 80s, a time period where her mother and her friends were unfortunately attacked by a serial killer at the time. Serial killer has come back in present day, and she gets transported back to the 80s right before his first kill. So she's trying to stop all of it from happening right away from the beginning. So I guess a little bit of
kind of good.
yeah, a little
like
bit of Back to Future 2, I guess.
Yeah.
A movie's been made. Oh my gosh, what is it called?
There have been
There's a movie like that where his dad is like murdered or something, and he goes back in time. He's a cop.
Okay.
Anyone know it? It's like Frequency or something.
No.
Oh,
Anyone?
I know of the TV show. I've heard of the TV show Frequency, where the older daughter is talking to her. I thought it was maybe in the show was a fireman through a radio.
Yeah, it's literally, and they made it into a movie. So
Okay.
it's
Actually,
like
I thought the movie came out
Can you Google
first.
it? 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
bother
look
me.
it up.
But it sounds just like that. He's basically a detective. Sorry for anyone who hasn't watched it. But he's a detective, and he like talks to his past self or his dad, one of the two. That part's a little fuzzy. I don't remember that. But it's called Frequency, I think, because they talk through like this radio.
Yeah,
The radio. They talk through the radio.
Yeah,
frequency.
they talk through the radio. So it's
it called Frequency?
Yeah, it's Frequency.
Woo!
Came out in 2000.
And who is in it? Who's the?
Well, it's not George Clooney.
George Clooney.
I wasn't gonna say.
I
George
thought
Clooney.
I was hoping as I looked at the cast, I was like, please let Clooney be in it. No, Dennis Quaid.
Yes, there we go.
Dennis
Quaid.
Okay,
Dennis
that's
But-
a good movie.
But they did eventually make it into a TV series as well. I think
okay.
on the CW, where it was
Okay.
pretty much the same premise.
But
So
yeah, that movie reminded me of that.
but yeah.
Impacting local and regional communities.
Building connections with peers, professors, and community members.
Collaboration with like-minded individuals.
Opportunities to make a difference both in and outside of the classroom.
Experiential learning.
Student-led organizations and projects.
Find out more on the upcoming podcast series focused on the Center of Innovation and Entrepreneurship at SMSU.
I feel like there have been other even stories kind of like that. Like I said, there's a little bit of Back to Future in there, the 80s craze. There's a little bit of that Hot Tub Time Machinist in there where it's like, aha, look how weird they dressed back in the day and their hair, and everyone did cocaine and all that because it was the 80s, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, if you're kind of into like a Halloween style horror slasher flick, but like time travel like I do, this is going to be pretty good. Also, the teenager in this, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, played her.
Oh,
Played the recent one, the one from Netflix.
I just watched that movie today. Like, there's a movie before the TV show.
Oh, was
like
it?
before the OG TV show?
Yeah, and I didn't know it's all the OG characters.
So
it's
it's
a movie.
Sabrina the Baby Witch?
What?
Yeah, she's
Like,
like in high
what's
school.
The
her name?
adolescent
Like
witch?
Melissa
The
Jonar or
adolescent
whatever?
witch?
Wait, really?
It's so good.
Middle school witch.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Elementary Witch? What's the name? Do you remember the name of the
How
movie?
many more of these can we come up
It literally
with?
was called like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the movie.
Oh, you know another honorable mention? Bewitched. Will Ferrell's in it. That's not a bad movie.
Beetlejuice.
The show.
Beetlejuice too, yeah.
Did you watch the show?
No, just
Oh.
the movie.
The show's a lot better.
So you know this?
Yeah, is that why you were?
That's why I was doing
Okay,
it.
I was like, is something wrong with your nose?
Wait, is that the witch show? Where it's like,
Yeah.
and she like,
Yeah,
What
she
are
was-
we-
Oh,
no,
no, it all
that's-
makes sense.
wait,
I
isn't
was
that
like,
the
what
genie?
is wrong with you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
What are we talking about?
But she no, but it
She do that?
Bewitched. It
Sabrina the Teenage Witch is a different witch
Yes, they're
than
different
Bewitched
witches.
Witch.
Yeah, I
Different
know.
witch.
I think you're thinking of the genie. She was like,
Yeah,
No,
that's
but-
the yeah.
In Bewitched though, because when she's doing auditions, she wiggles her nose or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's in both. I think.
oh, okay.
But not in the
Yeah.
way you're doing it.
Yeah, Bewitch wiggles her nose.
definitely would not
Genie
get that
does
part.
this.
Oh.
Sabrina, I don't know what she does.
Sabrina.
But these are all
She
different
points her finger.
characters.
She points her finger.
It's a mashup.
These are all three different. These are all three bobbleheads. This is a Twins player. That's Fred. That's
But they
Isaiah
all
Whitlock
bobble.
Jr.
But they all
all
bobble.
three bobble.
But you guys are trying to compare them like they're all the same person.
Well, they're the same concept.
Not really. Time for some number one recommends here. Lexus, why don't you kick us off here? What's something you've seen recently that you recommend people check out?
Is it supposed to be like Halloween themed or just?
Anything you want.
Oh boy.
Book,
Could
TV,
it be a TV show?
movie, anything you've seen.
Radio drama.
Oh, you know.
If you want to go, if you want to get nostalgic, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, can I do two?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll make it quick. So nostalgia TV show would be Gilmore Girls. That's very fall-y. Has some not spooky at all, but fall. And then for kind of spookier is Hulu original, I believe. It has the OG Martin Short and Steve Martin in it, and then Selena Gomez. And it's Only Murderers in the Building, I think it's called. I know it's a long name. I have a bad memory, but that is a good show because it's about murders, obviously.
In a building?
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, don't spoil it. Don't spoil
But
it.
yeah, so those would be my two recommendations. Yeah.
Just got picked up for season 4. That
Yes,
show.
I saw that. So.
I've seen. No, there's 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I've seen 1. I need to see the other 2 because I really like season 1.
I will say season 1 was really good. This last one has been hard. It's been hard to like binge, I guess, which I guess binging is not very healthy. But I usually binge TV shows if they're good enough. And this one I've like paused and been able to like be like, okay, I'm just gonna watch 1 episode tonight. So it's still good, but I feel like the first episode or the first season was definitely the one that was the most well done.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like it.
Jada, what do you got? What are you recommending this week?
I'm gonna stick with a TV show. Also, I'm gonna do Wednesday, even though we just talked about it, because I recently just rewatched that whole show and it was wonderful. And then for the movie, I'm gonna say Haunting in Venice because that was a great movie.
Oh, I still need to see that.
Oh my gosh, it was wonderful. I liked it. I was a fan of the first one. Fell asleep in the second one. Wasn't a fan. Third one, awesome. I really liked that movie.
Good picks.
Ryan, what do you got?
All right, for my pick, I am going back to kid-friendly Disney Channel movies. One of my favorite movies growing up as a child, I think, of all time. Not just because it's scary, but it showed me how much fun a movie theater could be and a love for movies, and that is Phantom of the Megaplex. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I believe it's a Disney movie. It might be a little before your time.
Movie,
yeah.
I'm a youngin'.
It's about these kids that work at a movie theater,
Oh,
and there's a phantom that haunts the movie theater,
Oh,
and it's
boy.
trying to ruin the movies.
That would scare
And
me.
Mickey Rooney is actually in it. He's plays an old guy, and he doesn't. It's funny because you guys will get a kick out of this. He doesn't work there, but he's there all the time talking about how awesome movies
It's a
are.
ride.
Yeah.
It's a ride.
Are we sure this just isn't your biography?
That's why you like it so much. It's about
Yeah.
you.
He relates to the character in ways none of us could ever.
Yeah, he wears like the bow tie, and he's dressed up, and he talks to everybody and tells them to enjoy the movie and talks about how much he loves movies. And that movie has stuck with me from when I saw it when I was super young, and I just absolutely love it. It's called Phantom of the Megaplex, Mickey Rooney. It's great.
What can
Good
you watch
movie.
it on? Do you know?
I have no idea. I used to watch it on Disney Channel every once in a while, like not. I would say probably not in the past. Ooh,
maybe
I'm gonna have to look when I get
Somebody
home.
look
Disney
into
Plus?
that.
Yeah.
Comment if you ever find it. Can I do another? Sorry, like things just come to me like squirrel moments, but I think it's worth it. Haunted Mansion. That is another
That was a good one.
classic.
Which one? The
So, I
early
will-
2000s
we
one or
watched
the
it.
recent one?
I really like the OG one, but I will say the cast in the second one is iconic, and it had like it's cheesy, but like the comedic relief I think really draws you in. At least
That's the
for
one
me.
with Eddie Murphy, right?
The first
yes,
one,
the
yeah.
first one has Eddie Murphy,
But
and then
you're referring to the new one that
the
came out
new
this
one
year.
has Danny DeVito, which you can't
Yeah,
go wrong with.
DeVito's
him.
pretty cool.
He just adds a lot to the movie, and Tiffany Haddish, she's another great actress.
I
don't
feel like
know.
they did a good job of going away from the original.
Yeah,
on
it
that
was
too.
so
It
different from the
wasn't-
original where
yeah.
you felt like you're watching a different movie.
It wasn't a remake in that sense.
And I thought it was. I don't know what I got on Rotten Tomatoes, but it has my approval.
I'll do a quick one here then. I finally had a chance to watch The Machine. I talked about this
with Bert.
Yep, I had seen the stand-up special where this kind of story went viral and everything. Yeah, I'm going to recommend this for a very specific group of people. If you like that story, if you like Bert's comedy, you're going to like this movie, not love it. There's parts I laughed out loud at, but not a lot. But we do see a side of Mark Hamill that I don't think we've seen enough of. We've seen him be the Jedi. We've seen him be scary funny as the Joker. Here he's just kind of genuinely funny. Like he's got some pretty good lines here too. So I think that's kind of worth the watch. So yeah, The Machine on Netflix. Recommending that.
Mark Hamill was a Joker?
He was.
Which one?
He voiced the Joker.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, he's like the animated series one.
Okay.
He does a lot of voice work, like voice acting.
Got it.
One of his best roles, in my opinion, is Wizards. It's a great movie too that he does.
Oh, that's the name of it?
Came out the
Oh.
same year as Star Wars did. Or it was either like right before or right after Star Wars.
Okay, nice.
So pre-fame.
Got it.
Speaking of Star Wars, Cole and I went to SuperCon this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Share with the people.
I will, because we have Yoda in the cauldron back here.
Don't worry.
He's just chilling.
taking a nap. We're not like burning him or anything. It's a friendly cauldron.
We met the OG man who played the puppet of Yoda and
The
got
puppeteer.
his signature. He was the puppeteer. Awesome. Got his autograph, signed some things. He's very nice, talks in a very nice British accent. It was awesome.
I think that's part of being a puppeteer. You have to talk like that.
Of course.
I think it's part of it.
Yeah. Of
Also, who else was there? Sean Gunn.
Yes,
Sean Gunn was there.
The more you guys talk about this, the more and more jealous I am that I didn't.
I know.
Like,
yeah.
know
They didn't
about
even
this.
know.
Like,
They didn't even know what was going on.
And I can't even blame you guys because you said you like stumbled onto it or whatever. Like it wasn't even planned.
No,
Like I can't be mad at you. Like why you didn't invite me. You just didn't know you were doing it.
We went into the comic book shop. They're like, "Hey, you been to SuperCon?" And we're like, "No." Rainbow. Honorary mention.
Rainbow. Check it out. Oh, great place. Great. I didn't know they were the ones that told me about. That's so cool.
Yeah,
Rainbow's
it was awesome. But
Rainbow's
the OG,
great.
going back to scary movies, the OG Leatherface was there.
Yeah,
very
that's
nice
what you're
man.
saying.
And he hung Jack Sparrow, tied him up. So that was cool too.
Yep.
Well, on that note, that's going to do it for us here on this episode. You guys aren't setting me up for segues. All right, I got nothing. All right, I got nothing.
Give us a
we're just
script,
gonna
then.
we're just gonna go over. Anyways, that's going to do it for us here on this episode of Popcorn Bucket List. Be sure to check out the Marshall 6 Theater here in Marshall, Minnesota.
Come see us.
The road construction is pretty much done. I guess it's like it's more accessible
You
now.
can park. It's kind of a gamble on if you're going to park in the right spot, but you can park.
You can park in front of it now.
Yeah.
Like
It's
there's
awesome.
no like loud noises and dust and everything going on. So
Come visit.
yeah, come
Yep.
head on over there.
Friendly faces now.
Yeah. Check out the staff. Act like Ryan and just go over there and chat.
pretend
Even
like
though
you
you don't
own
work
the
there.
place, but still pay for things.
That's right. That's right.
Also, head on over to the Marshall Lyon County Library to check out some of the movies we recommended earlier on in this episode. For myself, special guests Lexus, Jada, and as always, Ryan Meyerberg,
Yes,
we'd like
it's
to
a
thank you so much
pleasure.
for watching, and we will see you at the movies.
Yes. See you. Bye.